him, and with every passing day, he's only been outshining his own image. So that is something, and I was telling him in the lighter moments after third book, I think he should be called as PhD in writing books because he has actually attained so much of expertise now. And all those who have seen him in the media interviews and all that, I think he is single man who can make a movie, something like a one-man movie. That is the kind of a persona he's got now. So to begin with, it's a great honor for me to release this Op Sindoor, the untold story of the India's deep strikes inside Pakistan, whose first book also, his first book I was very lucky to receive when I was the army commander, that is Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye. So coming on to this book, firstly, it's just not a narrative of military operation, but a tribute to the courage, professionalism and unyielding spirit of Indian Army and the nation itself. And what is rightly brought out as the line of control battle is concerned, we got so much used to this kind of a battle that we don't realize the relevance, the emotions, the losses, the gains, and the challenges which are there. So in Op Sindoor, this was something which was an untold story. And as you are aware that by mistake when the list came out from the opposite side that how many have been given the posthumous awards, I can say that most of the credit should go to the line of control. So that is how it began. To the extent that when we got some kind of a small excerpts, it said, "बहुत हुआ, file छोड़ो, जल्दी से मुजफ्फराबाद भागो." So that was the kind of onslaught which took place, the fire assault which was there. So what I mean to say, what he's taken the mantle or what he's trying to cover from his book is something which generally remains unheard, untold, because the uniformed people cannot speak about it. So I'm really grateful to you, sir, for carrying out this onerous task. So I must also confess that this book covers the complete lucid manner, the issues as it was sitting with me from 22nd April onwards. So I am really surprised that how come he knows so much about the Indian Army and the issues which were at hand, but he's covered it in a very lucid manner. It was factful, the book is factful, and it's transcending from supra-strategic to the tactical. It's very different. In one small book, covering all these aspects, it's a real challenge. But he's been able to put everything together. It delves into the political clarity, interpretation of full freedom which was given to us, setting up of politico-military objectives, glimpses of three issues which forces always look at: force visualization, force protection, and force application. Then also he delves at the centralized planning and decentralized execution, which is very difficult to strike a balance because every force has its own ways and gray zone makes it more challenging. And the most important is the synergized orchestration of the three forces. It also meanders through the so-called grey zone, which in IIT Madras I said, the playing chess, or a wide river with a dense fog, which entails decision dilemma at every stage. That is starting from 23rd April till 16th May. You may be thinking that 10th May the war finished. No, it continued for a long time because so many decisions were to be taken. And beyond that, of course, it will be difficult for me to share here. So when to start, when to stop, how much to apply in terms of time, space and resources, and how much or what is the definition of calibrated. All these things are something which we kept on discussing at every point of time. Why? Because this time there were no precedences. Though of course I can say that I spoke to many veterans on 22nd April and 23rd April. I was speaking to so many people, including those who have served in those areas and those who have been in the high positions, that okay, what are the options available to us? And many came with so many brilliant options, but all these options, they have to be clubbed together and thereafter we have to take the option which suits the country first at that point of time. So every action, every inaction, when I say inaction means the deliberate not taking of action, had long-term implications. Yeah, but I must say that Indian Army during this complete thing moved like something like it was a rhythmic wave. When I say rhythmic wave, means in this 88 hours, it was not possible for you to come for the planning, then pass the orders and do. So everybody was synergized and everybody knew his orders. And that's what I have always been saying, that the commanding officer to COAS, that is CO to COAS, must synergize together as far as gray zone is concerned. And I think we could perfect it to a great extent. That is starting from the soldier, starting from the commander till chief, then of course the civil administration, the state administration, the central administration, NCC, civil defense, and of course the industry and academia. So everyone was involved in this complete planning and execution. So now, why this book is relevant? When Op Sindoor is also being covered in the NCERT syllabus, as you are well aware, that from class 1 to 5, they are already having one portion, then class 6 onward, the other portion is also there. So I must say that this book is very, very relevant for following reasons. Firstly, it's foundational in nature. It gives you the basic foundation, and this will set the benchmark hereafter. It is referral for the precedents, because there was no precedents before this. Secondly, it will be a reference material for the research scholars hereafter. And thirdly, the military strategicians will quote it hereafter. Lessons for the future warfare will be pulled out from this, and it will be also in the lighter vein, it will have a candidature for the military history promotion exams. And also for the Chief of Army Staff, 100 reading books which I have released few months back. Probably the new one will definitely have this book. It will also be a reminder to hasten up the transformation. As you are aware that we have started the journey for the decade of transformation. You all have heard from Rudra to Ashni. So this will hasten up the procedure, and we will have to move very fast by yesterday. It will also give a kind of a, if I can say that, introspection for the narrative management system, which is partially covered also, and lessons for the media. Whether the media was correct in the hype, or was the synergy there in terms of when to peak and when not to peak. That is something we need to learn together. We need to sit together after this, carry out the introspection, and look for a synergized way ahead. Efficacy of international relations in testing times. How many were neutral? How many were actually supporting you? So finally, if I have to say that India announced its resolve with a new normal, with outstanding clarity in strategic guidance, with whole of nation approach for execution. So once again, my congratulations, deepest gratitude for taking out this book and telling these stories of the unsung heroes. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.